think most of the Taiwanese or even foreigners understand what were the fishermen facing. I mean, what is the situations? We eat a lot of seafoods, you know. This is what I always thought of when every time I cook a fish or a shrimp. I would say, "Oh, we have to ask ourselves where this actually come from? Where will this come from? Who actually get it for us? Is it from the market? No, those who work in the market were those we said fortunate people because they're actually running a business, right? So they're earning a lot. So those who actually getting those shrimp and fishes or sashimi or whatever is that are those fishermen, especially migrant fishermen, because there were not a lot of Taiwanese fishermen right now because that's a very hard work. Everyone knows it. The work is hard, but they don't know how hard is it.
Hello, I am Mark Brianzo from Negros Occidental. I am 25 years old.
I am Dennis Paliado from the province of Guimaras Island. I am 26 years old. I started as a fisherman in 2013.
I am Jalen Candole. I am from Negros Occidental. I am 25 years old. I work as a fisherman here in Taiwan. And truly, work is hard. Of course, it is for the family, for our needs. I need to give support for them, brought about the hardships in life. That's it. I have taken my chances here in Taiwan.
Hello, my name is JC, and I'm from Kaohsiung, Taiwan, but also from Philippines. Yeah, I was born in the Philippines, but raised up in Taiwan. And then my work is all about maximizing my language skill for Filipinos and Taiwanese, and of course for fishermen, migrant workers. So I was kind of their translator and social worker, and also radio DJ. And then so most of the time I handle their cases and then entertain them with maybe MC and for the Christmas parties. Yeah, so that's kind of what I do.
Before I worked at the textile. After I received some job experience, then I finished my contract. After I spent away my money, I am back to applying. This has happened many times. So those of you who want to have an experience, make sure when you go back home, you save some of your earnings. Do not spend it away on your drinking buddies and throw away your hard-earned money. We need to learn to save.
At the first time, I said to myself that I do not want to go back because it is hard and I am always tired from sleepless nights. And then later when I am in the Philippines, of course I am looking for work so I can save some money. Because there in the Philippines, there is no way you can save. But I thought, if I am working at sea as a fisherman, at least I can save some money for the future.
Fishermen, because of course people became fishermen. There were those people that most of them were from the province, right, in the Philippines. So they are like kind of less fortunate people in the Philippines. So most of the time they were not very well educated. So they will face a lot of problems. My be ignorant and they don't know how to defend their rights. So most of the problem the fishermen is facing here in Taiwan is about the problem of they're not having their rights. Most commonly will be the salary deduction or no day offs and then overtime working. So of course, so what we do is that they'll come to us and tell, and we'll, of course, most of the time we are the one who take the initiative because they didn't know they have a way to solve the problem. So we give them the solution. We say that, oh, you can call us, you can write a form, or you can request, or you can file your case, so we can help to solve the problem. Because in according to Taiwan's law, fishermen should have their minimum salary will be $450. But there were a lot of fishermen, they will not know, and then of course they're less fortunate in their country. They may not earn even $200 or $300 a month. So they will say, that's kind of okay, that's kind of fine, but that is not fine because their work is very heavy labor. So they should get whatever they deserve.
Each day, our work is in going fishing. If there's no operation, then just like that, cell phone, sleep, eat, that's all. That is our work.
Nothing. Eat and sleep.
Also, if we do not have operations and the boat is on dry dock, then we watch at the station 2 hours a day.
Just like that, we often tell stories to each other. Sometimes we pray. And then we try to communicate with the other race and to learn a foreign language, their language. With regards to when we are bored, then we talk about the life of another culture, their work back home. Just one, the Indonesian language. Just a little bit. When we have a conversation, we are able to understand each other.
If there is no signal, then we just watch movies. We download some side drive. We have a television there. Then we plug in our hard drive and then we watch. This is our way of recreation when there is no operation.
When we are at sea, we are able to get by despite the big waves. If you cannot withstand the waves, you have to think twice about becoming a fisherman. It all depends on many things. Sometimes, when we are at sea, the rules are acceptable, and sometimes they are very bad. Take this for example. The rules are better, the situation is acceptable.
Because in the middle of the sea, you have no one to talk to, and then you have maybe you're very tiring, very pressure, and then people get drunk, and then they will have other problems on the boat, and no one even knows. So what I found out is there's a lot of times someone's killed or someone was missing, and then they don't really take it serious because they said, because no one knows what happened, and they will just be like, let's just don't talk anything. They just say, accident happened, or anyway, no one will find out what happened in the middle of the sea, right? So I think this is also one of the problems during the middle of the sea, because there's too much things that are unpredictable.
What I like about this because it runs in our family. My father was also a fisherman. Since I have been 14 years old, I have learned to handle motorized boats for my father. Here, however, we use all hydraulic machines. You do not need a lot of strength. You let the hydraulics do all the work. What is the hardest part here is when you do not have enough sleep. Sometimes we only have rested for 2 hours of sleep.
For me, what is most difficult for a fisherman is being away from family, having no connection with them. You will be loveless, just like me. I am always left behind, abandoned by girlfriends. So my advice to every would-be fisherman, think twice. But I got used to it. This is where I am being pushed, encouraged to be a better person. The work is not that heavy, as long as you get used to it.
I think there really is no hard thing if you really pursue it, but what is easy is the ease of getting along with our fellow workers. The hard part is at times you get sad. You remember loved ones. This is the hard part for me.
I thought about it at times. I wanted to go back home when homesickness hits me. Or when all I see are big waves, I want to say, I want to go back home. I keep telling myself that I will finish my contract these next 2 years. Depending on the situation and the favorable rules for management, then I am encouraged to stay.
And I believe those are the things that maybe people say, that's fine because you're working on a boat. But I have to say, people get sick because of this. And then you have to understand if one day that they may get injured or wounded because of work or whatever situation is that, and then their place is too dirty, it will easily get infection. And then if it's infected, if you're infected in the middle of the sea, you might have to cut your legs off, right? If you didn't cut your legs off, it might cause you a really serious problem. You may get into fever, and then you might die, right? No one can help you in the middle of the sea. So this is just to be honest. Yeah, they will say that it's okay because we don't have to clean up, we don't have to do what, we just leave it like that. But this is also a reality that if you have a bad environment or the place of living, you cannot have a decent, lifestyle. I'm not really expecting to really have a good life on the middle of the sea, but at least you have to meet the minimum standards. Yeah, but I don't think they're meeting it. That's why there were a lot of people dying because of very weird situations and very weird ways of dying, because it is just really not good. Yeah. So.
This is the most important thing on the sea when you're during the middle of the sea, because you need this without water. Yeah, it's clean water. So most of the time they will have a pump. Yeah, they will pump the water. Drinking this. A lot of them they will buy a lot of bottled water and just stuck in it, because most of them if they went out it will take 6 months or sometimes a year. Yeah.
I'm working on a boat so that I can gain some work experience. Many have said I will not return. But I have been back twice already. When I am back, I spend money on my drinking buddies, a lot of time with friends, and I become soft-hearted when I have plenty of money.
Because, actually, I am just a high school graduate. I chose the fisherman work so that I can really help my family, help my siblings with their schooling. Because if I stayed in the Philippines for work, the income is not sufficient. Here is really okay. I am able to help. You know what? I come from a broken family. I lived with my stepfather, together with my mother. My stepfather supported me for my schooling. My mother is a stay-at-home mother. I want to thank my stepfather, although I was not his real son. He still supported me for my schooling until I graduated from high school. With regards to my mother, thank you, Mother, for raising us properly, for your love for us.
First of all, in our local place, I was in college but did not finish because of financial problems. Also in our place, there were 2 different offers of work. One was from the military and another was being a fisherman in Taiwan. I told myself, it is very hard to be in the army. And also, I do not have the ways to become an army soldier. so I chose to work on the boat. Anyways, my life experience is with the sea, so I chose this Taiwan work. So here I am. In reality, my family. It is because my mother is sick, and so I send support for her needs for medicine. In our family, I am the only one who is still single, and so I send her money for medicines. Of course, I'm the one with the work. I have a comparatively bigger salary than my other siblings. They rely on me to support my mother, and so I'm sending them money.
I do have plans. I want to look for some business ventures so I can earn some money. I want to go abroad and not experience life at sea. Even if it is factory work, I would take it. I did try it way back in 2017, but then I could not pass because I was only 22 years old then. They said the applicant should not be 22 years old. He should be 25 years of age or older. Taiwan is an option.
Yeah, so that's why I'm trying to explain to you what is happening on the boat, and we will not know that they are working for 3 days without sleeping, right? Just for the fish. Yeah, so it's kind of funny, and we don't even understand, and then we're not even thankful for what we have. Yeah, so I just want to say that Kaohsiung is a harbor city. At the beginning, even until now, there was a lot of, economic growth, or we said a part of economic of Kaohsiung is from the fishery industry. So this is a very big deal. So they are actually me myself, I'm very thankful for the sacrifices and the contribution of the fishermen, especially migrant fishermen, especially Southeast Asian migrant fishermen, because that's where I came from. I'm very thankful for their contribution and sacrifices, because if without them, I don't think Kaohsiung can really be a good place like now, because everything started with Kaohsiung started with fishery and factories and this kind of industry. So I would say that they take really big part of Kaohsiung's growth, but no one seems to care. But I believe I think in general part, this is always what we can always talk about when it comes to working situations, because people don't seem to really understand what is the importance of the heavy labor work. Yeah, because if we have to understand, without them we cannot live, but people don't seem to understand. So that's why we're trying here always to remind them that you won't have food if we don't have farmers, right? This is the same situation. So I want to say that Taiwanese, I believe that they understand what is going on, but we're just being ignorant as those fishermen, because we don't care, because it seems that too far from us. I want to say this is a very sensitive topic. It is just like between countries, politics, everything. We'll say, that is too far from us. But you did not know Hong Kong is just right beside of us, right? We will not know what will happen. So I would say that those little things are connected to our lives. Maybe one day all the fishermen will just suddenly say, we don't want to work anymore as a fisherman, so you will not have any seafoods, right? So this is the situation. So of course, I'm just saying something really in an easy way, but what I'm trying to say is that everything connects to each other, to get to each other, and then all those little things build our life, and it really matters. So we should be thankful and stop being ignorant, and then to see what can you help and what can you actually do for those people who are actually working for their life and even for you. Yeah, so that's what I want to remind for the Taiwanese, especially for Kaohsiung citizen. As a harbor city, this take a very big part of our culture, but we still don't seem to care. So I think the best way for us to help, of course, in the simplest way to help is just to understand the situation, or to be aware, because sometimes it's sad to say, but we have really nothing to do. We can't help at all because it is because of the big environment. But I think one thing is about to understand their situations and to just stand right behind them. if you can do anything, this is the best thing that you can do, because if one day someone will, I don't know, something exploded or something that just suddenly came out on the table, so that's the time that you can show your value, that I got you. We don't, because people doesn't nowadays people doesn't die because of they have revolution and someone got killed by shot by gun or whatever. No, some people died because of loneliness, and people died because of having no supports, and people died because of cyberbullying, because of ignorance, because of toxic behaviors and not understanding. This is why people die. This is why people cannot continue to work or to strive hard for life, because no one seems to understand them. Right? Just give a very simple example. Something happened in the boat, and then they will say, oh, they will make rumors or everything, and then Taiwanese will say, yeah, because migrant fishermen, they don't know anything, they just kind of work, and but sorry, no, there was no one come out that leave the country, leave the family to work, and they just want to cause trouble. I don't believe this is their intention. So everyone has their story and they have the situations. So what I want to say is that we can support them just by simply understanding their situations. So for me, if you don't see that you can, I can help them in a very practical way. But if you don't, the best way to help them is to understand them and to support them.
Sa inyong paglalakbay at pagsasaya, pati na rin sa inyong mga kasama. Sana naman inyong pakinggan itong ilang mga katanungan. Sa inyong buhay, kayo ba'y nawawala? O kaya'y nawawalan ng pag-asa? Sino ang parola sa inyong buhay? Sino ang nagbibigay ng gabay? Sino ang parola sa inyong buhay? Sinong nagbibigay ng gabay?